What is up guys, JayFerGaming here and welcome to this video which is all about F1 2015, and in this video I will be talking about career mode ideas. In my previous ideas video it was just for the general gameplay, and yeah, that video is on my channel from probably about 2 weeks ago, but this time it's all about career. Probably, well, yeah, the most popular mode for anyone that doesn't go online really. So it's very important, and it's become really stale the last few years. It's just do a race and then just keep doing that for the whole season. There's nothing really to it. People get bored easily and never play career ever again. To be fair, 2014, I've thought it's been alright. Obviously, it could do with quite a few improvements and additions, and that's what I'm going to go through now. So if you want to see more videos like this, then please subscribe to my channel and like this video if you've enjoyed it. So first of all, and I think it's a big thing, and Codemasters have already had this in the series, it's the Live the Life, which was in 2010 and possibly 2011 if I'm not mistaken. I can't really remember that far back, but 2010 in my opinion was Codemasters' best game, and Live the Life for career mode was just the heart of it. You could ask questions, you'd answer them, interviews, you got to see the paddock, the pen, where everyone gets interviewed. You could get the atmosphere and just feel what it's like to actually be the driver, and it was actually pretty decent. Obviously it could be improved, and hopefully it's going to be included in F1 2015, but yeah, it's something that's been I think it's been a bad decision from Codemasters getting rid of this. I'm not sure why they did it, and I've seen loads of people ask for this, like interviews in the paddock just before a race, at the start of your career, when you're on the podium, the like the official interviews. These interviews could shape your careers. You could talk about other drivers, the track, just whatever really. Say for example you finished second, had a battle with Lewis Hamilton, you could talk about Hamilton's not abuse him, but criticise him for a move he pulled on you which was pretty dangerous, and then in the next race you could have a fierce rivalry. You could be more aggressive that race, for example. I don't know, things like that. Another thing in career could be like to actually earn points, money. Like if you win a race you get more points or money. I don't know which thing would be better. Maybe a currency would be pretty cool, because currently you get XP, and I've seen on my career you get XP but the bar doesn't actually move at all. You don't go up levels, so I don't know if that's a glitch in the current game, but it's pointless. It actually does absolutely nothing, and I don't know if it gives you contract offers, but I don't think it does. So you're earning money. I don't know, there could be like a gallery of classic photos, videos, don't know, unlock classic cars, like a gift shop. Yeah, a gift shop, and you could just buy stuff out of it. That would be a pretty good idea. Classic tracks, drivers, cars. There's a number of things you could add into that. Obviously, for licensing, I know licensing's a huge issue in this series. Some of them things obviously can be included, but like customized helmets, yeah, just random things, something to aim for, which would be pretty cool. And it'd probably result you in playing the game for quite a bit longer than just like a few months and getting bored of career. Like sponsors, maybe unlocking sponsors, getting more money. Maybe a bit like the Grid series. There's a few good ideas in that game that they could implement into F1 with sponsors, rivals. I think I haven't played Grid in a long time, so I'm struggling to remember. But yeah, when you start a career, it would be great if you could start in a junior formula or reserve drivers, like in GP2 for example. I think that would result in Codemasters having to buy the GP2 license. I think that would be positive if they've got the money, but I'm not too sure after F1 2014 sales, so that might not be a good idea. Maybe start as a reserve driver. I think it was career mode in F1 2004. You started as a reserve driver doing tests to try and impress the teams, and I think you pretty much started off with a team like Minardi or Jordan, and that was pretty cool. You had to build up getting a race seat instead of just starting in potentially you could just start in a Mercedes. Obviously, you should be given the option to do that, but I'm not a fan of that, to be fair. I like to start at the bottom and make my way to the top. So starting as a reserve driver or in a lower formula, I think that'd be a pretty cool idea. Earn your way to the top, I don't know, using the money, maybe buy a seat, get sponsors. Pretty much like F1 at the moment, try and buy a seat using your sponsors. I don't know, it's just suggesting ideas because Korea's pretty stale. Instead, in terms of customization, I think helmets is a big thing. Surprised this hasn't been in because I'm not the biggest fan of customizing. I don't really do it lots. I like a little bit, like in the WWE games, just creating an entrance, customizing your character, and I think there's not really too much you can do in an F1 game really. There's the car, the helmet, and that's pretty much about it. We obviously can't customize the car because of the license, but helmets, I'm sure we could do that for our own driver. I think that'd be pretty cool. Just bring out the creative side of the community, and you can just display designs on via Xbox Live or something. I don't know. A bit like Forza where you can customize the cars, but do that with helmets. I don't think you can. Yeah, you can't really do that with the cars, which is a shame really. If you could create your own team, custom livery, helmet, and just build a team, that'd be a pretty good idea actually. Like maybe a management mode, or you could be a driver. Just an idea really. In terms of like at the start of a race, like David Croft, the commentator on Sky Sports F1, could introduce a race, say for the first race of the season, introduce it, say who's on form and who's not. I think that'd be more into the next few races, but I'm sure you can understand where I'm coming from. Like for example, if I've had 3 podiums in a row, Crofty could mention that, and then he could make predictions, give out stats, just like an introduction to the whole weekend. I think that'd be a good idea. Maybe with Martin Brundle as well, just them to introduce in the weekend. You could see the drivers in the paddock as they do that. Something like that would be pretty cool. Obviously, for realism purposes, testing. Obviously, there's 3 tests in real life, and I think there's a few mid-season, but I don't think that'd be so important. I think to start off the season, you should have 3 test events, and you could, well, like in the first test, obviously you're trying to get the basics of the car working, and you could have a bit of an input to adjust the setups and how things have been developed through that test, and then next test, sorting out race pace, that kind of thing. I think that'd be pretty cool for realism, and developing the car for your needs, which is pretty realistic because that's actually what happens. So I don't see why that couldn't be implemented. Like one in Jerez and 2 in Barcelona, something like that. In terms of objectives for the season, I think at the start of the season you should be set objectives by your team, or you could set yourself objectives for what you can aim for, and if you do achieve them at the end, you get like double XP, bonus money, like I said before, bonus money or points. And it's something to aim for, because say it's in the last race, you're going for 5th place. It's not the most exhilarating thing in the world, but if you get the chance of getting something bonus at the end, you'll definitely go for it. So the gamers just need incentives to carry on playing the game. And there's a number of things that could be implemented, and I'm really hoping Codemasters can do that, because this game has so much potential. Like objectives, like for the race objectives, for example, you're qualifying 10th at the moment, you'll get an objective for the race to finish 8th, and that's even if you're in a Marussia, which is absolutely stupid, because a Marussia qualifying 10th is like out of this world, but finishing 8th is just stupid. I think they should be based on the car's pace, the driver, current form, that kind of thing. So say I've won 5 races in a row, I qualify 12th. My objective should be 1st, but if that was in F1 2014, that'll probably be about 10th, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So that definitely needs to be relooked. Upgrades during the season. Obviously at the moment you can choose the path. I think you can only do that like once a season to pick not free, quick, medium, and aggressive, and you don't really get to choose what gets developed. And I think the driver does get input in real life, and that should be the case in career as well. Because say for you the driver, your tyre wear is awful. That's obviously the first thing you develop. But in the current career mode, that's like the last upgrade you get, and that would be in like Brazil, so you have it for 2 races at most. So that system's pretty redundant and pretty stupid. Some of the upgrades are pointless, if anything. And there could be like potential 10 upgrades, and you get to choose which ones to go for. I think that's a sensible thing to input into career mode. And finally, off the top of my head, is statistics. Oh my god, I'm a stats man. I love numbers. I want to see how I'm doing in my career. But at the moment, you get nothing. I've recently completed my first season in career, and the stats at the end were like the amount of wins I had, the amount of points, and comparison to the teammate, I think XP, and a couple of other stupid stats that you don't need. All you need is like pole position, wins, fastest laps, podiums, points, how many times you beat your teammate, just a number of things. There's a number of things you could add in there. Pit stops, just everything. Statistics need to be in there. And statistics could be used like, you get stats after a race to use in the next race in terms of tactics and strategy and things. Like who's having the worst tyre wear, who's pitting the most, who's the fastest on each tyres. Just random facts, statistics like that I think would be good stuff to include. So they're just a few of my ideas. Some of them are pretty basic, but I think they could change career. Because there's not really, I can't see anything major being implemented into this career mode. So it's just going to be a number of small things, I think. Which is a shame, but I hope Codemasters make the most of what they've got and just develop on it. Because the game has so much potential. I said in my first video about just the general game, it has so much potential. It could be amazing, and it could be a top seller for them if they pull the finger out. So those will be my career mode ideas for the following game, F1 2015. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. My final video of this series will be about multiplayer, which is key for all you league racers out there. So hope you look forward to that, and I'll catch you then. Goodbye.